Rhimes lobbed a call to a high-ranking executive at the company. Surely, he'd take care of it and figure it out, whatever. Be like, hey, whatever. Just like, it's fucking Shonda Rhimes. Just pass her through. Instead, the exec allegedly said, "Don't you have enough?"
Oh, hell no.
That's the only appropriate way to answer that is, oh, hell no. What the fuck? What are we...
All right, so we got this Shonda Rhimes story coming up. I purposely didn't read this. I don't know shit about this. I'm gonna let you take it. I'm so excited for our press play. So like, let's talk about this and let's.
I'm actually really excited about our press play, but I'm also fucking excited about the Shonda Rhimes shit. You didn't have to read it in order for you to have a very strong opinion of this.
And I was like, ooh,
yeah. Okay, so let me give you guys the long and short of it here. So in an interview, and this is from an article from Quartz, in an interview with the Hollywood Reporter, Rhimes, the creator of blockbuster shows like Grey's Anatomy, do I even need to go much further? Grey's Anatomy has been on longer than I think I've been alive. How long has Grey's Anatomy?
Grey's Anatomy.
Holy shit, that show's been on literally forever.
Broadcast television. They were filming the show before the technology was available.
Yo, honestly, I think, instead of, before Christ, it was before Grey's.
Before Grey's Anatomy. That's how you measure
That's
time.
how time is measured. And obviously
Jesus was actually in the third episode.
Was he?
Not even the pilot episode.
And it was just a guest appearance. It wasn't like he wasn't a series regular at that point.
He blessed the wine, and then they were like, "Oh, you know what? This thing could really take off.
Let's get you back for another. Let's get you back for
Let's write a book. Let's turn this into a book. Let's call it the Bible." And then that's how it all started.
That's how it all began. So.
If you're very religious, you hate this episode, but you can't stop listening.
Yeah, well, this goes back to that Bill Burr joke that we were talking about before the podcast. But obviously she did Scandal as well. So she explained that in 2017, her relationship with ABC was strained with plenty of battles over like budgets and content and shit. But really, like the last thing that and I love this because it's like it's the amount of like pettiness that I aspire to, right? Like, and honestly, I don't even know if I can really even call this petty so much as it's justified. It's justified. Okay. So she wanted to go, or I guess he wanted to take her family to Disneyland, right? Mm-hmm. And look, I'll let her explain it. She received 2 all-inclusive passes as part of her deal with ABC, right? Like, and that seems like a weird thing, right? Like 2, that's it. I produced Grey's Anatomy for you, which has been on for literally 2,000 years.
Yeah. And I'm married and I have 3 kids, so that's 5.
And you only give me 2 passes?
Basic math.
Interesting.
Quick math.
Very interesting. Quick math. But she requested an additional ticket because she, I think her sister, wanted to go along on the family trip. So she wanted an additional pass, right? So after some unwanted back and forth, they said to her, basically, we never do this in terms of issuing her this extra additional pass. She was told that more than once. Now
I'm offended. I'm not even.
No, I knew you would have strong opinions about this. Hold on. Let me get to the best part. Rhimes was issued an additional pass, but when her daughters arrived at the park, only one of the passes worked. Okay, that's not even the worst part. Rhimes lobbed a call to a high-ranking executive at the company. Surely, he'd take care of it and figure it out, whatever. Be like, hey, whatever. Just like, it's fucking Shonda Rhimes. Just pass her through. Instead, the exec allegedly said, "Don't you have enough?"
Oh, hell no.
That's the only appropriate way to answer that is, oh, hell no. What the fuck? What are we talking about here?
This motherfucker.
I have strong opinions. Here. Let me get to the rest of it. Obviously Rhimes was like, what the fuck is happening here? I'm Shonda fucking Rhimes. Give me my goddamn respect. She was LeBron before LeBron was LeBron, right? So at that point, she basically was like, fuck this shit. I'm out of here, right? So that's why we got her with Netflix, right? We knew back, I think it was 2018 or 2019 that she signed with Netflix. Huge contract with Netflix. And we were all like, oh shit, that kind of came out of nowhere. Well, here we go. We understand exactly sort of what transpired. ABC/Disney wasn't really because ABC is owned by Disney apparently, which I didn't fucking know, but it's a thing.
Can you imagine that phone call though? She had to have been like, ha, 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 okay. Okay.
She got her Denzel on.
Jay, no, I'm gonna have you playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I'm through with you. Shoe program, nigga. Jay. Yo, she must. I would have been hot.
So she literally said she called. She was like, with the executive that she spoke to. She literally was like, "Oh no, okay, cool. All right." Hung up the phone. Immediately called her lawyer and was like, "Yo, get me the fuck out of here. I need to get me out of this contract. I don't know how the fuck you're gonna do it, but get me the fuck out of this contract, right?"
Like when Jay-Z left Def Jam and started Rockefeller, he was like, "Listen, buy me out of my contract."
Glad you brought up Jay-Z because I want to use a Jay-Z lyric. I got a Jay-Z lyric for you.
I remember earlier when you said you.
I did. It's called a callback, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you produce a show.
That's how you. Listen, I feel like Dwayne.
This is how you produce a show.
I feel like Dwayne Wade. All I need you,
LeBron,
stunt on the jumbotron.
Right. Okay. So before I get to the Jay-Z shit, it's a small thing. Here's a small thing, right? Small thing that I kind of like realized, or that I was thinking about as I was reading the stuff about this story. This divides people, right? Because people are like, "Yo, you're fucking Shonda Rhimes. Just buy a fucking ticket, right?" Also, you're Shonda Rhimes working for ABC, who's owned by Disney. Why the fuck do I need to buy a ticket, right?
Yeah.
This goes down to a philosophical thing of like, well, should people get like fucking special treatment because they work for a place? Easy answer. Yes. Like if I worked for, let's say I worked for a rental house like that, they rent out cameras and shit like that, right? And I'm like, oh, I've got a project, right? Am I going to go to that rental house and be like, oh, I'm going to pay full price for the cameras, or I'm going to pay full price for whatever it is to rent whatever? No. Why the fuck am I working here if you already don't pay me enough? Like, why am I working here if you're not also going to give me some sort of extra benefit, right? Why does anybody work anywhere if you can't also benefit from that place?
It's
like
employee perks.
What
right?
the fuck? Like, and what are we doing here?
And something even more simpler, right? If I'm a car salesman and I'm a top salesman, right?
Yeah.
And I need to borrow.
You're gonna try to keep me.
Cars in the
You're gonna keep me. You're gonna say, "Hey, what do you need? Do you need a car? You're our top salesman, right? What is that? What is your numbers again?"
If I'm a top salesman, I expect to be able to drive
whatever the fuck I want on that lot.
Shit.
Give me the shit, right?
Or I'll just go work at the other dealer.
Exactly, right? Okay. So here's what I was thinking as I was. You have that philosophical debate of like, okay, should she pay, for a ticket? She's clearly rich, right? Like, my thing is where my stand is that no. Do I think like, you should be like a prima donna about shit? No, but also if I produce Grey's fucking Anatomy for you, I think having 3 tickets to Disneyland to do whatever the fuck I want at Disneyland is okay.
And if I'm Shonda Rhimes, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm not even gonna bring up Scandal. I'm not gonna bring it up.
I'm not.
I didn't even say
just
Scandal.
Just Grace. Why do we need to go to Scandal?
I didn't even bring up Scandal. Let's just talk about Grace.
Hey, just talk about Grace. So what I was thinking as I was reading this article, though, is interesting, right? The executive that she's talking to.
Who was it?
I don't know who the fuck it was. But I guarantee you that executive doesn't fucking pay to get their family into Disneyland. Are you fucking kidding me? You're an executive at Disney and you're paying.
Wait, were there an executive at ABC?
No, executive at Disney. So she asked, or at least that's how I understand it.
Okay,
maybe it's.
So she got the passes through ABC.
I believe as just her package with ABC, and then I guess she was at Disneyland, so she had to like escalate it with Disney itself. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I believe she called somebody at Disney, right? If you're an executive at Disney, there is no fucking way you're like, okay, if I own a restaurant, right? And let's say I'm married and my wife wants to come eat at the restaurant. Am I really going to like make my wife pay full price for a fucking meal at a restaurant? No. What the fuck? I own the restaurant. Why am I fucking making my wife pay? She's going to come in and she's going to eat, right? That's called a fucking perk because you own the restaurant.
Yeah.
If you're an executive or...
I wouldn't even make my side chick pay.
So, if you're,
I love how that joke just lingered.
We'll move on. We'll let that joke be what it is, right? It was perfect. We'll let it be what it is.
I didn't say anything.
It's just like Rudy Giuliani, right? It is what it is. So here's my thing, right? This is why, and I think I talked about this earlier, where like there's a misconception of where value is. If you're an executive at Disney, right? Like what's the value in an executive? You don't really have any like true skill. Okay, you can make the argument that you have the skill to like organize shit and like, I don't know, figure out how to put certain packages together. Okay, maybe you can argue that that's a talent. Maybe you can argue, but you're not Shonda fucking Rhimes.
Yeah.
Like you don't create an entire, not just one show, but a fucking decade of multiple shows that are all fucking hits for your network. So where's the value really? Is it in you that you make a couple phone calls a day and that's your job? Or is it me that I create fucking shows?
Yeah.
Like who actually should be getting the perks here? Like, is it?
If you're an executive, really, I mean, it's just a job title, right? You may have worked there long enough and you're like not a fucking manager of a department. And they're like, all right, fuck, we can't, we're not going to give you a pay raise. We'll just give you another title. You're VP. You're an executive. You've been here 5 years later. You're senior executive.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Don't you all love all the titles that they give?
Yeah. What other title can we give you?
A junior vice president, senior vice president, triple.
You're a managing partner.
Something.
What the fuck does that mean? A managing partner? What?
I don't know.
No one knows. Right? You're not a creator.
Yeah.
You are far more replaceable than a Shonda Rhimes. What they did here, they rolled the dice.
Yeah.
Right. And whoever this manager was, I would be surprised if they still have a job. Maybe they do. I don't know. But they rolled the dice. They were like, we're not gonna break our backs to do this thing for you, one of our top creators.
Yeah.
What they didn't realize is Netflix.
No. They had to have realized. Okay, let me get
You
through
think
more.
they saw that coming?
Sure. Unless you're a complete fucking moron, you have to realize that. And
well, I mean, you're a complete moron for only offering 2 passes in the first place.
Exactly.
How many passes? You tell me how many passes you need.
Why do I even have to know how many passes? Yeah. Just fucking go. You show up, say I'm Shonda Rhimes. You're in. Yeah. I don't give it. We'll bring the fucking National Guard with you. I don't give a shit. So
you want the PJ?
Yeah, the PJ.
How many passengers? Private jet.
Oh, I thought you went somewhere else.
Yeah, no. Listen, this is how close you should be to your top talent.
Yeah,
we're friends. We can talk in these terms. How many passengers? Yeah, I got you the 16 passenger.
So here's where I was talking about Jay-Z, right? I will always remember this lyric that Jay-Z had, right? It was in
Tell me the song first.
It was Lost Ones off of Kingdom Come.
Okay.
Lost Ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with Michelle, whatever the fuck her name is. So I always remember this lyric because it's always so fucking true. I heard a motherfucker saying they made Hove said, okay, so make another Hove, right? You're an executive. I can find another fucking executive. Can I find another Shonda Rhimes?
Nope.
She's made hit after hit after hit show for you. And you're over $100 some odd fucking pass. You're going to tell me how much do you need or whatever the fuck they said to her. Here's where my theory is. They're not that stupid, right? Nobody can be that dumb. If you're that dumb, everybody needs to be fired. The person who hired you, the person who hired that person needs to be fired. The person who fucking started Disney probably needs to be, he's dead, but Walt Disney, he's dead. But everybody needs to be fired in that scenario, right? I don't think that's what it was. I think it's a case where for whatever fucking reason, they didn't want Shonda Rhimes there. Maybe they had some issues with her creatively or whatever the case is. You don't fucking argue with somebody about $100 some odd ticket. I don't even care if it's $1,000 some odd ticket. If they're producing that much fucking content for you, there is no way on God's green earth you're arguing with that person over something so fucking trivial. Yeah. There's just no way. There had to have been something there.
Here's why Shonda Rhimes is just like the supreme winner in this situation, right? Because one, she's still getting her residuals. You know that.
Of course.
Oh, you know that the check still comes.
Yeah, still.
And when the check comes, it's blue.
It's a courier that comes. You know, it knocks on the door.
Yeah, that's probably in her contract. Yeah, you have to send someone from the office
personally. In fact, that executive,
with their employee badge, so I know that they're not just a hired courier. They need to have an active employee badge,
Yeah.
and I need to be able to scan it.
Yeah. I gotta have a scanner too. Hook me up with a scanner.
I don't work there anymore, but I still need to be able to scan their badge to make sure they're an active employee.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's who brings me my blue check.
Yeah.
For anybody who's listening, if you don't know what a blue check is when you're talking millions.
Yeah.
When the check is like $1 million or more, that's when it's blue.
I didn't know that, so thank you for that update.
It better be blue when it comes.
Yeah. So
I won't cash it for 4 years just to show you how much money I have. I'm spending money,
and you better not you better not cancel the check because it's old either. You better just.
I'm spending Grey's Anatomy money from 2015. I haven't even spent 2016's money, and it's 2020. That's how good she is.
So look, that's my theory about Shonda Rhimes. Look, as far as like the philosophical debate about like if rich people should have to pay for shit, I think that there is like limits to it, right? Like when you're saying if you're already like if you're Jeff Bezos and you're like, oh, you don't have to pay for anything.
I hate
Jeff
how you
Bezos.
say his name.
Bezos, what is it?
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Okay, fair enough.
Who knows?
But if you're
He's rich,
if
it changes.
If you're
everything.
Jeff, I'll just call him first name, right? If you're Jeff and you're the richest man in the world, theoretically, you should have to pay for everything, right? But clearly, he doesn't pay for everything. That's part of the reason why he's not, why he is the richest man in the world, is because he probably just doesn't have to pay for certain shit, right?
If I'm Jeff Bezos and I go to your, like, let's say you own a restaurant and I come to your restaurant and I eat there, just by me having been there,
it's going to be hot.
I'm not paying for this.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, you know what? You're welcome. That's how it really is.
So, but to talk about just quickly the philosophical debate about that, I think there are limits, right? Like if you're the richest man in the world, just pay for your shit, right? Sure. But also, I don't argue with people who do give you shit for free because it's just like you said, it's basically publicity for them, right? If Jeff Bezos is wearing your shirt, right, you're not going to make Jeff Bezos pay for your shirt because
you can monetize the publicity.
Exactly that you get off of that shirt, right? So but I think it's a touchy game in this scenario. I don't understand what the fuck it had to be some sort of personal issue, or it had to be
this for everybody.
What the fuck? Yo,
who the fuck do you think you're talking to? This isn't Anna Kendrick. This is Shonda Rhimes.
What is your beef with Anna Kendrick?
I don't know. I've always hated Anna Kendrick.
It seems like you hate every white
since her performance in The Accountant.
First of all, I didn't watch The Accountant. I didn't.
Great movie. I love Ben Affleck, but Anna Kendrick, she's not
good in it.
She was like wallpaper, she was just
there. How did I know what you were saying? That was
have I used that joke before?
No, I just knew what you're saying.
It's just a good joke.
So that's my whole thing. I think that was a really interesting thing to talk about because it opens up this sort of philosophical debate, is that like you have two different things going on. Like, was it fucked up what the executive said to her, but also should she just fucking have to pay for her own ticket? In this situation, I think there are limits to it, but in this situation, no, I don't fucking. She's fucking Shonda Rhimes working at ABC that's owned by Disney, who's creating hit after hit for them.
Yeah.
If she wants to fucking get into Disneyland within fucking because she's making them money. She's making them money.
It's not like Antonio Brown. It's Shonda Rhimes. Come on,
all right. Comment in this comment section below what you think before this fucking gets away from us. We got an Antonio Brown reference, so I know this is going sideways already.
He just got signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so he teamed up with Tom Brady again. Problem.
Don't tell me that. I didn't need to know that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Problem. And they just beat Green Bay Packers.
Shut up. Okay. We don't need to talk about it. So yeah. Let us know in the comment section below what the fuck you think about this whole Shonda Rhimes situation. Do you think that she was right to kind of defect to Netflix based off of this sort of last straw shit with Disneyland, or was it petty? You let us know in the comment section below. Love to hear from you.